President-elect Trump is refusing to rule out taking Greenland or the Panama Canal by military force during his sweeping press conference yesterday. Watch this.
We need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be that you'll have to do something. Look, the Panama Canal is vital to our country. It's being operated by China. China. Well, we need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time. People really don't even know if Denmark has any legal right to it. But if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security. The people are going to probably vote for independence or to come into the United States. But if they did do that, then I would tariff Denmark at a very high level.
It was a more than 1 hour press conference. He took lots of questions, and he also threatened very serious tariffs against our northern and southern neighbors and pitching a new name for the Gulf of Mexico. Watch this.
Are you also considering military force to annex and acquire?
No, economic force, because Canada and the United States, that would really be something. You don't forget, we basically protect Canada.
Gives the U.S. the right to lay claim to it?
No right. Nope. No right. Here's what we have. We have a right not to help them with their financial difficulties because we owe $36 trillion too. But why are we supporting a country, $200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. And Mexico has to stop allowing millions of people to pour into our country. We're going to put very serious tariffs on Mexico and Canada, because Canada, they come through Canada too.
Gulf of America, Tricia. I know you love it.
I really do love it, Maria. I mean, Trump is taking nothing off of the table.
Yeah.
This, as we said before, this is the art of the deal through and through. But
well, this is why I like this, because he's looking at everything.
Yeah.
He's not allowing anything to get past him. And if he feels that you're not being fair to America, he's going to come for you.
That's right. And I think what's interesting with Denmark, Denmark is a NATO country. So what's the leverage there with Greenland? We currently have a U.S. Military base. What else could the U.S. be getting? Greenland is such a strategic territory. As Mehak mentioned before, there's these rare earth minerals, which China dominates right now. Greenland's very rich with oil and gas, very strategically as far as geographically to deter Russia and other attacks. I think that this is a very smart move, and it's a win-win situation, even if we don't actually buy Greenland.
Can he just change the name of the Gulf of Mexico? I don't know.
I don't know how he does that. I don't know. But you know what all this is, Maria? It's about Donald Trump saying it's time for America to assert its sphere of influence.
That's right.
In the same way that China is asserting itself in Asia, in the same way that Russia, quite frankly, is doing that with Ukraine. You know, America now, we have a sphere of influence, and he's saying whether it's Venezuela, whether it's the Gulf of Mexico or America, whether it's Canada, whether it's these matter, Panama, these matter to us. They are in our sphere.
Yeah, because President Trump sees America as exceptional. The former administration did not, and the Obama administration did not see America as exceptional. They were giving apology tours across the world. He also announced a major new foreign investment into American data centers and technology. Watch this.
DMAC will be investing at least $20 billion over a very short period of time into the United States, and they may go double or even somewhat more than double that amount of money. The investment will support massive new data centers across the Midwest, the Sun Belt area, and also to keep America on the cutting edge of technology and artificial intelligence.
For the last 4 years, we've been waiting for this moment, and we're planning to invest $20 billion, and even more than that if the opportunity in the market allow us. But at the moment, we're planning $20 billion in data center, catering for the AI and cloud business for the hyperscalers.
Trump also vowing to expedite the review process and reduce regulations for outside investors willing to spend more than $1 billion in the United States. This is a really key point. He's telling you, look, if you're willing to invest in this country, willing to create jobs in this country, well, maybe we can do more accommodations for you as an investor coming in.
You want to see money flow into your country. That's direct foreign investment. BMW, Mercedes, building cars in the South, even Airbus, which is really just a European consortium based in France. They're assembling airplanes here. This is what you want to see. It's good for American workers. It's also good for our economy. There's a spin wheel.
Companies are getting in line right now, knowing that President Trump is coming into office and he's going to be very focused on who's doing right by the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah.